Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Hollow Bites. I have a interesting subject for you, and I know it's probably crossed your mind a couple of times. It's crossed my mind, and I sometimes wonder, revealing. How much do you really reveal about your past? But I don't know. Let's get into it. Let's find out. Um, how to know when and how much to open up about your past. Okay. So, are you never sure? Well, I guess you need to be sure. Okay. But are you never sure when to bring up the messy divorce that your parents went through, or the traumatic breakup in your past, or that difficult secret you only share with your closest friends? Like when do you bring that up? I think people that bring that kind of stuff up on the meet and greet, oh boy, kind of tells me there's a lot more baggage than just that shopping cart that they're toting behind. But remains to be seen. Let's go forward and find out. In a new relationship, too many people want to hit fast forward and become closest intimates with their new guy, and they do. Or with their new girl, for that matter. So while it might give you a warm feeling to have someone who completely understands and accepts every scrap of your past and who you are, I got to be honest. If you share too much too soon, you're going to scare them away. You're going to scare them off. I believe that. And I know I have heard some things out there from people that weren't so much unsettling, but it was almost like they couldn't wait to unleash, everything that they had in their Pandora's box. So I think you need to be a little careful with that. It's you don't want to share too much too soon, and that's the bottom line. And somebody's not because they want to be judgmental on you or about you, but it's because, guys especially feel uneasy. If they are let in on all your insecurities and troubles too quickly, it's like he's being handed your baggage and has to deal with it before he's even had a chance to fall in love with you, or even know if he likes you, or even know if he wants to do something just as simple as maybe kiss you when that date is over, or put his arms around you and give you the hug to say goodbye. You haven't come to that point yet, and here you are unleashing a dragon on him. So be careful, ladies. So here's some general principles for when to open up, I think, and when to kind of play it safe. Okay. So first thing you must have, number one, you got to have some intimacy. You got to have that. Oh man, that want, that desire to know more about them, to know not necessarily what makes them tick, but what do they feel inside, and do they feel anything? Hopefully they do. You want to get into some of those places, where kindness lives, and laughter, and their smiles, and maybe even their tears. But you don't want to get a look at the boxcar on the train that's loaded with all their stuff. So imagine you made a new friend, and within a week they told you about the fact that they had an abortion as a teenager. Oh boy, that's a big one, huh? And suddenly became emotional, upset during just a casual meet and greet or a lunch, whatever you're doing. Coffee at the Bucks, Panera, wherever. Although you'd feel some real sympathy, you probably feel like, wow, baby, that's quite a bit. That's really soon to lay on someone, especially the abortion issue, and we all know how that's playing out these days, because it's an unearned level of intimacy. I mean, we haven't gotten there yet, and to have something like someone explain that they had one, and maybe what the circumstances were. whoa, take it easy, Tex, you know? So, my personal opinions, of course. It's the same when you open up to a guy, and you may have some painful private moments to share, and trading these stories with your partner is probably what makes relationships stronger. And it does, it can. But I think timing is really important. But if you bring it up too quickly, before you've spent a number of months together, getting closer, you'll make them feel scared. You will scare someone, because if you start talking about things that are of that nature early, very early in the game, they're going to wonder, well, gee, what is she saving the real doozies for later? So guys they're just not going to want to hang around and find out, okay? Because it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be an adventure. Learning about the person that you saw in the picture and that you talked to on the phone and that you're all jacked up about. So, a guy needs to feel like he's being led into a world that no one else can see, truly. And if you start bearing it all too soon, he's going to feel like this is a sad story you need to share with anyone who's going to listen, or that you're going to want to share with anybody who will listen, rather than it being because you have a close relationship with them. So, and that I think is important, because sometimes sharing some real inner secrets with someone tells them that, above all, you trust them, and that they've earned your trust. So think about it next time you're thinking about stuff like that. But so here's something to think about too. Always ask yourself, has the relationship earned this level of intimacy? Just because you want to share with anyone who will listen doesn't mean you necessarily should share with people you don't know well. You need to wait until you know this is a man you can trust and you can respect. Okay? Bottom lines. Moreover, never open up just to get attention or sympathy. Only do it because it's bringing you closer together. To use things like that to gain someone's, sympathy or empathy, probably not a good idea. So watch that. Be careful of that. At least for now. When you get to know them, a little different. Let him in one step at a time. So, let him come into you, and then you can come into him with your information and with all your past and your history, but do it one step at a time, okay? Because mystery is good in the early stages of a relationship. A guy doesn't need to hear all of the issues with your parents and in the first couple of weeks. In those early dating stages, your only focus should be having fun and building good feelings. And that's what I'm talking about, like adventure. Touch at some of the adventures. Maybe look at some of the possibilities. And above all, talk about some compatibilities, So another key idea is in the first couple of weeks, in those early dating stages, your only focus should be having fun with you and building good feelings. That's really your agenda. Okay? So wait until you both have trust and let him in gradually. Open up a little one night when you're chatting in bed or you're on the couch getting ready to watch a movie, or then let the conversation go if you have to. If it's really, you're compelled, just let it rip. So you must show him that even when you open up, you don't need to dwell on the past. You can talk about things without letting them affect you the next day. Remember, your baggage is not his baggage. So make sure you don't treat him like a luggage carousel, here to take on whatever bag of worries and troubles you have to unload. Keep it relevant. Don't open up just because you think that you should, because he's going to be wondering, wow, she's really unloading a lot of stuff on me. Wait until a relevant conversation and time appear. Something that comes up in a conversation and maybe you think, wow, this could be a good time. And then if you're compelled, again, there's that word compelled, then by all means, bring it up and roll the dice. So if you want to talk about your parents' devastating divorce, wait until you're alone, having a conversation about tough moments in your life. Don't blindside them. Whatever you do, don't try not to blindside, because guys, man, they don't like being blindsided. And say it in the middle of a happy moment. Wait until you're both in the appropriate mental place for that kind of a conversation, okay? So you want to do it when you're both sharing with each other rather than when you're both enjoying a fun moment. So if you guys are sharing stuff and saying things like, oh my God, I got to tell you about this thing, and I had this other thing happen and it kind of brought me to this place, and then the other person sharing with you, maybe that's the time. That's the time to go and get it off the shelf and say, can I show you something here? And how about this? And then bring it up. But whenever you recount a painful moment, an insecurity or a bad experience, show that you're the you own the ending of that story. Just make sure that if you're gonna tell a story and you're gonna bring something up about your past, and it was some kind of something that had to do with some kind of pain, just don't leave it open-ended. And by all means, don't cry if you can. If you think it might be too emotional, don't bring it up. Okay, make it clear that one bad experience is not going to defeat you, and that you're strong enough to move forward and with positivity despite the past. So let them know, yeah, this stuff happened to me, but I sorted it out, and it's behind me, and I'm going to. But I just wanted you to know. So whatever your reasons for telling them are, let them know why you think you wanted him to know in the first place, because this makes them see that you're opening up to share, and that's the good thing. Okay, because good relationships are really all about sharing. You don't want to be every time you're meeting putting things on the table and going over everything with a magnifying glass. No, I don't mean that. But when you're sharing, you're on your way to building a good relationship, and that's important. It is. So opening up to share is a good thing. So whatever your story is, you gotta own it. Okay. And talk about it from a positive perspective, not a defeatist one where you see like welcome to my baggage. Don't try to give them a sign like you're waiting for them at the airport, holding up the sign going, hi, are you blank blank? Welcome to my baggage. Walk this way. Follow me. No, don't do that. So if you open up too quickly, you come across as an oversharer who spills your secrets too easily. And that could be a flag. Maybe an amber flag, not necessarily a red flag, but it'd certainly be one for conversation. I'll guarantee you that. If done at the appropriate times, these private experiences build intimacy and closeness. And they do. So, try to remember that we all have things that happened to us in the past. And some of those things we've gotten over, and others maybe are still works in progress. But just timing is everything, okay? So make sure that when you're delivering things, the timing is right and the space is right also. And if they truly like you and they truly, truly want a relationship with you, you'll be surprised how many people will want to work with you. So, all we have for today. Thank you for joining us over at How Love Bites. Another good tidbit, I think, and more coming. There are. So, thanks for joining me, and stay tuned. Like, subscribe. If you feel compelled, there's that word to get compelled, you can call 480-389-6020. And have a good weekend. And one thing out there again, too, for all you ladies out there, all you ladies that are moms, happy Mother's Day if I don't catch you tomorrow. Thanks.